how's everyone doing? I feel like the camera is really low today, but it's fine. My hair is looking crazy because I'm gonna tell you guys as, as I do my makeup, a whole lot of shit happened. I don't even know where to start. So I had a pretty hectic, crazy week. Because my friend about a month ago was like, hey, do you want to come with me to go see Linkin Park? I am so rude. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's life? I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone's okay. Like, I honestly don't know. I feel like everyone's is just airplane mode, and I totally understand. This thing is still becoming a learning curve for me, this setup. But, so I said, yeah, why not? I've never seen Linkin Park live. I have a lot of mixed emotions and theories and thoughts of the new singer. I'm not going to try to get into it too much because, you know, everyone has their opinion. That's trash. But I just want to tell you guys, like, what my week was, because it was a pretty crazy one. I'm not going to lie. So I had to move my schedule for 1 day early because the concert was a Thursday. And I just was, I don't know. I wanted a trip, and it wasn't the trip that I would have wanted. So, I did end up working the day of the concert. I wasn't going to, but I did end up going to work, but I got off work really early. So I was able to come home, shower. Thank goodness was able to do that, because you're about to find out what ended up happening. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then mom was like, hey, you should just go ahead and do your makeup. And then my friend, she wanted to leave around 1. I was ready at 1. Like, I was packed. I was makeup ready. I was comfortable wearing comfortable clothes. Me thinking that we were going to have time to, like, go to the hotel room and, like, you know, like, kind of just chill for a little bit, because this was a road trip. It was in South Carolina. I don't even know. Okay. I think it was South Carolina. I'm not really 100% sure. Everything kind of became a fog. So she finally tells me that she's ready and she's on her way. And I don't understand why she made me go further away from where I live. She wanted me to meet her at the Dorville station. And I live near Dorville station. But we were going to be taking the highway that if you get out of here, it takes you to. So I didn't know. I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to do whatever she wants me to do. She's the one driving. So anyways, I get to the station. My Uber driver takes a wrong turn. So we're now stuck in traffic, which is making us even more behind. It's already 2, and I am getting annoyed because I, like, moved my schedule. She literally wasn't working, so she had all the time in the freaking world to literally have everything packed, get everything ready. I, as a person who works, I had my stuff pretty much packed, like, 2 days before before we were leaving, and then, like, I just needed to just pack my essentials, you know, like toothbrush, toothpaste, etc. She was not prepared. She packed the day of. And I hate when people are like that. I honestly, truly do. But anyways, we can't go back and change everything, you know. We just can't. So we just have to move on. So, So we get on the road and she's driving and everything's going smooth, and she is a hardcore Linkin Park fan. She's okay with the new singer. I have my thoughts on the new singer, and she tells me, hey, we're not gonna have time to go to the hotel. We're just gonna have to park in the parking deck and then just, go from there. It was only 2 hours, so we did not stop to pee. We didn't stop to drink anything. She didn't offer me water until much later. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, we should at least stop just to stretch a little bit. I know it's only 2 hours, but still, 2 hours of no food. And I had not eaten anything. I was starving. I only had breakfast food. And at this point, it was already 4 or 5. We get to the parking, right? And we get to the parking and we park. I changed because I was wearing just a classic shirt. It said classic. Even my mirror's shooken from all this drama. So, I also felt really hot in her car. I don't know if she had heated seats or whatever. I don't know. I was not feeling. This freaking mirror does not want to stay now. Come on. Just stay for me. Ugh. Bitch, stay. There you go. I was getting really hot in her car. Okay, so I changed in her backseat. And I had to change bras because I was wearing a bra that was very sporty. And so you could tell, you could notice my sports bra with my shirt. So I decided to change bra real quick in the car and then change shirts. And then we walk, and we were literally right next to the arena, less than a minute, I want to say. And the first thing we see, the cool thing about this was that they actually had someone playing music outside, a actual entertainer, and they were keeping the crowd pretty hyped. And then we get to the merch. I ended up buying 3 shirts. Now, just because I buy merch does not mean I like them as a band. I wanted them because they look cool. I buy merch because I like the band, 1 and 2. They're cool, and for me, it's kind of like a collectible type of thing. I have merch for pretty much every show I've gone. If they're a rock band, I get merch. If it's like a pop, I just don't. I feel like it's just kind of weird. I feel like merch just equals bands, rock bands. So, I got some merch. I got 3 shirts. I got them because they looked cool, and I wanted them added to my collection. It doesn't mean I support and love the band. Okay, and then we go back to the car. My friend was kind of going back and forth between a poster she wanted. They didn't have the poster she wanted outside. They told her that it was pretty much sold out, that she would have to wait inside. Okay, so we get to the car, put the shirts away, and then we make line. We had to wait in line for a very long time. I could tell they were running behind. And the sun felt like we were in Florida. Not gonna freaking lie. It felt like we were in Florida. It felt like the sun was literally burning our skin. Wild. I was sweating like if it was summer. And like a butt crack, was sweaty, and I mean it was wild. Like I was just like, what the fuck? Everyone was like buying water and buying beer, and I was gonna buy like a beer, but I was like, it's too early and I feel like I need to eat something. I always like to eat when I'm drinking, just because like I feel like it keeps me balanced. Whenever I just drink, I just don't like how I feel. Like, but anyway, so we finally get inside. I could tell that my friend is very picky when it comes to food. So I'm kind of letting her kind of pick what she wants. I'm not a picky eater. So I was like, whatever, anything is fine. We finally picked this like chicken thing. We ended up getting a like hot chicken sandwich, which was very, very dry, shockingly. And then I had a 24-ounce beer. I had Bud Light. Bud Light's kind of like the beer I go for when I go to concerts, because it's kind of light and it's not like crazy. And so it was good. I enjoyed it. And then we finished eating. We went to this like little lounge, outdoor lounge. And we ate and we talked. I tried to FaceTime my mom. My mom was always up to date with what was happening. I always keep her up to date, like, especially if I'm going out of town. You know, I feel like she needs to know where I am, because she always tells me this. She's like, can you imagine if something happened to you? My mom always tells me, like, if something were to happen to you, I would freaking go crazy. But she's like, can you imagine if something happens to you and then the police are investigating and then they ask me, like, where was your daughter? And then I'm like, I don't know. And then they're gonna be like, how do you not know? She's your daughter. She always uses that as an example. So always tell an adult where the fuck you are. Obviously, me and my mom show location also on our phone. So, you know, she knows where I'm at 24/7. But anyways, Mom didn't answer. She's like, I have hair dye in my hair. I'm not gonna FaceTime. I'm not gonna answer the FaceTime. I thought it was funny. And, okay, so then we go downstairs. Oh, we charged my phone. I thought that was really cool. They had like a whole charging place where you can like sit down. They had tables, chairs, and you can like charge your freaking phone. I was like, oh my God. Because Atlanta could never. People would be fist fighting for them chargers because it was free. See, Atlanta has some, but you have to pay for it. It ain't free. And it's just like standing. Like it's like a little thing. You know, I think they have them in the airport where you just stand, you just plug your phone. And this is like a lounge. Sitting, couches, chairs, tables. And then to charge. So we waited because she was the one charging her phone, but I didn't, you know, it was her car. I didn't want to, I felt weird. This was my first time ever like being with her like this. You know, I've always been like a concert and you know, just concerts. You know, we went out to eat once, so this was kind of weird for me. But anyway, so then after that we peed again. You know, we were drinking because we were completely dehydrated. No joke. And we then go down to the floor because we had floor seats, and we just chill. We hang out, we wait. The opening comes out. It was amazing. I felt like the opening grandson did a better fucking job than Linkin Park. The vocal list for that freaking band, grandson, looked him up. If you're into like scream music and rap a little, you know, Linkin Park vibes, he is so fucking good. So good. I'm talking about young, fresh, different, very simple on stage. His band was amazing. Like, they just sounded so good. Whoever works for their sound system, amazing. Like, honestly, I was shocked. I feel like he got the people overhyped, because honestly, I wanted to hear and see them more than Linkin Park, which is sad because I am a Linkin Park fan, but old music. Chester, vocalist. No offense to Emily, but here we go. Break, they finish, they end the show, and then we kind of chill. We're trying to figure out a good spot because we're floor seats, and everyone's taller and all stuff, and we're just trying to figure out what works for us. And I find a really good spot. I was like, hey, once I'm done with my beer, let's get a little bit closer to the side. She kind of didn't want to. She kind of just wanted to stay where we were. And honestly, where we were staying, it was really farther out, and I didn't like that. And I'm like, if we got floor seats, we didn't pay for them full price. Okay, I want you to know that. My friend, she signed up for like 2 tickets, and you just didn't know where you were going to be sitting at. And we just so happened to get floor seats. And I feel like a lot of people did that, and that's how they got floor seats. Because, I don't know. There was something off. And let me tell you, I'm a person who's been to a lot of shows. I've seen a lot of artists live. It's just who I am. And, okay. The break was about maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I don't really remember. Then they did this whole time thing, which was kind of cool. We kind of like counted down for them to show up. They all go on stage. They start performing. And I noticed something very, very weird. Very early on, something is wrong with Emily's mic. And that kind of threw me off. Because I went open-minded, okay? I didn't go hating Emily, even though I don't like her, okay? Plain and simple. I just gonna be honest. But I felt like I couldn't understand what she was saying. I couldn't understand what she was singing. I felt like her vocals were just like getting weaker as she was singing. But then when she would sing new songs that she maybe has written, I don't know if she's written any of these songs or if she's getting help, or I don't know. I haven't looked up into it. I don't care, to tell you the truth. Just because I feel like they fucked up by picking Emily. I like that they picked a woman. I'm not gonna lie. I think them picking a woman was pretty cool. It kind of changed up the band, the sound, the everything. But I feel like if you're gonna pick someone who is still gonna sing your old music, you need to find someone who is capable to sing those old songs. Okay? Because we're not there. And this is my feedback of the whole show. Every time she sang to any old songs, the public had to help her. The public had to help her. And I understand maybe she's doing this because, she doesn't want to just disrespect Chester, and I completely understand that. But I'm like, a lot of people were there to listen to the old music. A lot of people were there to listen to the old stuff. I understand why young people were there. They love the new sound, and props to them. They're getting a new, different version of Linkin Park. I miss my version of like my era of Linkin Park, where it was scream, but singing and powerful and strong, and you felt the emotions on stage. I didn't get to see them live. Sadly, that's another story for a whole different time. I will tell you that story. But I wanted to just see with my own eyes and hear with my own ears what my final opinion was about their new sound and their vocalists and everything. I left very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. I have videos where you can hear me you can hear the people around me more clear than Emily. I felt like there was something wrong with her mic. I don't know if somebody either maybe lowered her mic a little lower than everyone else, but I felt like even the instruments were more powerful than her vocals. And I don't know if that's just because that's how she sings, and if that's how she sings, ooh, y'all definitely need to pick someone else, because I feel like the reason why there's gaps between days is because she needs to rest her voice. And then that means that she should not be the person for this band. This band is known for screaming, yelling, singing powerful songs. And I feel like she's just okay, this is my solid opinion. I feel like she is one of those kids that have like celebrity babies. You know what I'm talking about? Like celebrity babies. You know how like Kim Kardashian, her kid, who's never been in Broadway, who's never sang in her life, who's never acted before, went on to be on The Lion King. Why? Why wasn't that opportunity for a kid who's probably been in Broadway and acting and musical career their entire life? Why was it Mrs. whatever her freaking kid name is? Like, I don't understand that. But I understand power and money take you to wherever you want to go in life. Sadly, I ain't rich like that yet. Maybe one day I'll be, but I feel like if I were to ever become rich, like if YouTube takes me to another level of financial, I would give my money away. I would give it to fans. I would give it to really people who really fucking need it. I wouldn't be like in the political world. I wouldn't be in like, you know, like red carpets. I mean, red carpets would be kind of cool, you know, to kind of experience that. But I'm like, I feel like she's, what are they called? Baby bloomers? I feel like that she's that. I feel like she's that. Like she just so happened to meet the right fucking people and she was placed there. Because I feel like she doesn't necessarily deserve to be there. To tell you the truth, I feel like it should have been someone who can really fucking scream and sing. And maybe that person didn't go through any of the things that Chester has gone through, but at least that person is giving us an amazing fucking performance. I feel like Emily, her energy was there. I'm not gonna lie, she was, you know, she was there. My friend, on the other hand, she thinks completely opposite. She loves Emily. She was crying. My friend was like, move over here. I was like, I don't want to see Emily. If I'm there to see Linkin Park, I'm there to see Mike, okay? I'm there to see the OG people. I'm not there to see the new people. I could care less about them. Because I loved my era of Linkin Park. I am happy for the new generation of getting a brand new Linkin Park. You know, props to them if they're into that music. Now, I do follow Linkin Park on a lot of social medias, and let me tell you, the feedback that I've been seeing has been honestly pretty funny. Everyone is so mixed, is so divided for this band that it is crazy. I hear a lot of people saying she doesn't sing, she's bullshit, and all that shit. And then I hear people who prize her. And the reason why I just cannot, you know, I'm not a religious person, but there's one religion where I'm just like, I can't agree on. I may agree with everyone else, but there's one religion that I cannot freaking agree on, and that is Scientology. And she is part of it. Even if she left, she was part of it. She literally freaking helped a person who had to a lot of people, to a lot of women, and she went and like defended him or something. Like, and I'm like, no. Here is a person, Chester, who lived through some crazy as stuff. If you don't know about Chester's story, I don't know the full thing, and I don't want to get into it, but the things that I've heard about what he has been through, you know, that he just was abused in multiple different ways, and he survived that. He took his pain and wrote it down. And I feel like Emily is not that person. She cannot show her emotions with these lyrics. And it's sad because I want to support her. I want to support her because she's a woman and she's a singer and she is the lead singer of a band, but I just can't. I can't. You may agree, you may disagree. If you don't even know who the fuck Linkin Park is, good for you. If you know what the fuck I'm talking about, good for you. I don't care. But just for me, I I left very disappointed. I honestly wanted my money back, but I wasn't going to ask my friend for that. Okay, we leave, right? I knew that us getting out of the parking deck was going to be ridiculous because my friend did not reverse park. And I've learned the hard way that it is best to just reverse park when you pretty much park anywhere. It's just easier access. So, she didn't. And it took us forever to get out of the parking lot. I had woken up really early for work. So I was exhausted. I was tired standing outside in that heat. I was just tired. So we finally get out. Okay, this is where things get wild and crazy. So we get out of the parking lot. There's only one exit. And I see that they have like one lane closed, like the middle lane. So you can only go straight. And I don't know what the fuck my friend was thinking, but this girl, right? The cop is like telling her, come this way, come. And she starts moving forward and literally almost gets in the lane that is the opposite way. Meaning that if a car was coming, we would have crashed face to face. I am like, what are you doing? The cop, she had her window down. The cop's like, lady, what are you doing? Like, you need to go that way. Like, so this lane right here, okay, this lane right here was people that were coming from that way to this way, okay? This lane right here was free people that are going this way, and then we're gonna make a left turn. This lane right here, which was the last lane, were people that were coming from this way straight. So we couldn't make a left turn or a right turn. We had only one choice, and that was to go straight. And she was going on this lane, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And cop literally screams, what are you doing, lady? What are you doing? Do you need to pay attention? And she's like, I'm sorry. She starts moving around. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is the last shit I need. I had a really bad concert experience, and now we're going to be in a wreck. Y'all know I've been in a lot of wrecks, okay? Once again, never been my fault. Never been my freaking fault. And I was like, I do not need to be in a car wreck in South Carolina. I do not. No. I wanted to freaking leave. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go back to Georgia. No joke. Okay. Then she's like, okay, I'm so sorry. She kept saying, I don't drive like this. I don't drive like this. I'm a good driver. That's what they all fucking say. Okay, so we're driving, and then GPS tells her to make a left. It's on yellow, like it's blinking yellow, so she can make a left turn. No cars are coming straight, but there is a car coming, and she thought that car was gonna make a left turn, a right turn. Right turn, yeah. This girl gets on to make the left turn, and the car is going straight. We literally almost hit like this. And I'm like, oh my God, this bitch doesn't know how to drive. And she did not drink. I was the only one that had beer. She only had water. Or I think she had soda or water. I don't remember. Okay. Then we get to the fucking hotel. And y'all, this took me back to the early 2000s. When you were broke and it was spring break or summer break and you and your family or your friends decide to go to the fucking beach and you guys all have very little money, so you pick the sketchiest fucking thing that you could find. And y'all, I wanted to fucking leave. So I called my mom first. I'm like, hey, concert ended. She was like, oh, that's kind of early. Honestly, it was kind of early for a concert to end. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. But so we get out. I call my mom and I'm like, oh my God, we're staying in a very sketchy place. She's like, okay, be careful. I will keep my phone near me, so if anything happens, Because my mom was terrified for me. I was terrified for myself. I'm not gonna freaking lie about that. Let's try another tint moisturizer. Tint lip stain. And so then we get in the room. Oh my fucking god. It stanked. It looked like it had not been cleaned. And your girl wanted to freaking no, my camera's about to turn off, so I'm gonna let it cool it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'll let it cool down. Hopefully it stays until I finish the story, because I'm almost done. Okay, so the whole way ride, I forgot this part, she was kind of like disappointed that I like didn't like the show. And for the first time ever in my time of going to shows, recording, taking pictures, I decided to do a review during the middle of the show. Let me tell you guys what I thought, okay? So I did a review during the middle of the show, and a lot of people wanted to really know my opinion, just because I have been to so many shows and they know I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very, very honest. So this was my first reaction of the show. Point of thought, middle of the show. Something seems off. Maybe the sound, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. So that was my first review. Then I said, Emily's mic is too low and I can't really understand what she is singing half the time, which is true. And my friend agreed. A hardcore fan agreed with me that there was something wrong with the sound. Now, point that the opening act said, people who are in their team have been working with them since the very beginning, meaning that sound should not be an issue if they all know what to do. Now, what is an issue is that Emily's new and she probably is not used to performing in front of big crowds. So she probably doesn't understand that small crowds open, you know. From what I know, she's always performed at like festivals and stuff like that. I don't know her band very well, her ex-band, because they're not together anymore, because she decided to leave the band to be in Linkin Park, which is something that always pisses me off, because it's like, you have your own band. You have your own way of living your sound. And I feel like, whatever. I'm not going to go into details. But that was my first reign of thought. Okay. Then, at the end, this is what I said. Okay. 5 out of 10 for the show. Very disappointing. Went into the show very open-minded, but it was a big fail for me. I'm getting so many questions about the show. Did not expect this. Okay, this is what people were asking me. We want your opinion. I don't know what I was walking into. I went mostly because I wanted to hear old music live and really give Emily a try live. As a person who has seen so many live shows, I was very disappointed. What saved it for me was the stage and all of the side effects that they have. I won't be seeing them live again unless they change to a new vocalist. And that is my opinion. Which is sad, because I wanted to give them a try. I wanted to like them. I wanted to give Emily a chance. And you know what? I'm happy I went. I'm happy I went and gave them a live shot. I wish I would have been able to see Chester live, because then I would have been able to kind of like compare their vibes live, you know? But I didn't get a chance to do that. And I can only compare, you know, videos and live shows that they've done. I can't compare, you know, them saying I went to go see them both and all that stuff. Anyways, I then call my friend. I tell them, and he was very shocked that I actually went, because we actually had a full-on conversation about Linkin Park when Emily and the new music came out, whatever. Okay. And yeah. I did not sleep all the night at all. Not one single second. The hotel was so sketchy. I can hear the road. I can hear the cars. I can hear the people snoring next door to us. My friend was snoring. I had the AC next to me, and every time I turned on, it smelled like pee. The shower drain thing, I could tell someone threw up, and it was like throw up was left behind. So I didn't even want to take a shower, even though I wanted to take a shower. I was just like, hell no, my ass is gonna go home and take a shower home. But obviously, the whole trip for me was a fail. My friend was behind. She wasn't prepared. Even though she was the one that was like, we should leave at 1. And so I did everything I could to leave at 1. She then picked me up somewhere completely far away from where I live because she said it was closer because she thought I lived near the city. I was like, bitch, I live in Norcross. I live somewhat near the city, but not near enough for me to whatever. We did get into an argument because she is I feel like as a person who has been to so many live shows, how can I explain it? You need to do a lot to impress me because I've seen it all. Like, I've seen it all live. I've never been to a rock festival. I want to go to one and give it a try. Maybe I'll go to the one that's happening here in Georgia. I'm not sure. But I feel like I've seen so many artists live that nothing really impresses me. And I feel like she's a person who hasn't seen that many shows live. So, like, everything is, like, new to her. Like, whoa, you know? And I'm just like, okay. Okay. You know? But I'm glad she had a good time. You know, I wish I could take my money back. I wish I've never went. But I'm glad I went because I got to give them a chance live and I didn't like it. I was disappointed. I felt like they should have done a better job at reading the vibe. And mosh pit, the smallest mosh pit I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen some crazy big ones, and this was the smallest one. You could tell that they wanted to do one, but these were a lot of younger folks that I think that wanted to do this. My friend wanted to go into the mosh pit, and I was like, girl, you can go. I'm good. I need to save my bones and muscles at this point after being in 11 car wrecks. I need to save what I have. I need it to be functionable. But I feel like she's not a leader because, like, if it was me, like, if this was my favorite band, I'm like, oh, we need to get to the front. We need to get there early. And I feel like she just didn't give me that vibe. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're not that much of a hardcore Linkin Park fan. Because if this was my favorite band, like, let's just say one of my favorite bands, My Mechanical Romance. I've never gotten to see them live. They're coming to Georgia, but they're going to that festival. So I'm fingers crossed, maybe I will make up my mind and go. But if I know that they're opening doors at a certain time and they're going to be at a certain stage and all that stuff, I'm going to do my best to get to the closer to the stage as I can to see my favorite band live. I think what fucked us over was that we got there late, and you know, we should have stopped by before going in to get food, to get hydrated, so we could have just gone inside, gotten a spot and there, but she wanted to eat inside. You know, I was following her. Even though I wanted to take lead, I was like, she's the more hardcore fan. I'm just here for research because I wanted to see what it was like to see them live. I never got the opportunity, and I was disappointed. Even Mike disappointed me because I feel like his energy wasn't there. His energy just wasn't there. I don't know if maybe something happened before they went on stage. Maybe something happened during sound check. I don't know. I felt like something was just off with the band. They just didn't seem... They seemed like they were, like, acting like they liked each other. You know? Like, that's the vibe I got. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's just the energy I was getting. I could tell the people around me were just singing along because they wanted to sing along, but I could tell that they were also very disappointed with the show overall. And I've been getting kind of the same feedback in the comments that I've been getting. And yeah, that was my trip that I felt like was not even a vacation because honestly, I didn't get any sleep. I wanted to come home. I came home, showered, literally knocked out, didn't get a lot of sleep because, I mean, it was daylight. But then me and my mom, I was like, you know what? Let's go see Billy Idol. Billy Idol's amazing. He's an icon. Let's fucking go. I had a blast. Therapy for my freaking ears because Linkin Park kind of fucked it up for me. Not gonna lie, like I was like, I need to go see another live show, and thankfully Billy Idol was here the next day, and so I was like, let's freaking go. It's Mother's Day. Let's go for Mother's Day. This is my Mother's Day gift for you. She had a blast. We had a blast. We met some amazing fucking people. We were pretty close to the stage. I was shocked. I kind of just bought the tickets and I didn't really realize where we were. We were pretty kind of close and we had a good time. He is 69 years old, y'all. That motherfucker looks, one, good. Two, sings just like his albums. Like, he sings amazing live. And, you know, he did an amazing fucking show. He didn't have all these lasers and all that shit. You know, he did an amazing fucking show. And I feel like that's what makes a good artist, is when they sing live great and they don't need all this extravaganza thing. They know how to do a show. But yeah, it was a nice therapy for my ears. I got a really good sleep. And I was like, that's what a good live show is like. Less is more, people, when it comes to shows. All this laser shit, fog thing, it's too much. It's extra, okay? Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're being so hypocritical, blah, 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 blah. I am very honest when it comes to my live shows. I'm a huge 21 Pilot fan. I've seen them twice. First time, amazing, loved it. Second time, did not enjoy the show. Did not enjoy it. And guess what? They even noticed that there was something wrong with our sound, and they pointed it out in the middle of the show. They were like, hey, give us time to fix. And that's the thing. It's like, sometimes people are like, it's not about the sound. Yes, it is. It's all about the sound. If the sound is not perfect, the laser and lights can be off. But if the sound is great, you will do a good show. And Linkin Park didn't do that. What saved it was all the what I like to call accessories. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Sorry that I'm over here chitting-chatting. It's and yapping away, but this is just who I am. And I wanted to just give you guys my feedback. If you guys want to, tell me in the comments down below. Are you a Linkin Park fan? Do you like them? Have you seen them live? Do you like their new music? Do you prefer their old music? Oh, do you like Emily? Do you hate Emily? I want to know. I just want to know. I'm just giving you as a person who's been to so many shows. And I've seen all different artists. I've seen pop, country, everything. Well, actually, I have not seen country. I wanted to go see Carrie Underwood, but she is now a Trump supporter, so I'm like, no. But yeah, Carrie Underwood would have been the only artist I would have been like, hey, you know what? I'll go see her, but didn't get a chance to, and I don't think I will because she likes that orange man, and I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I preferred when she was not political. She should have just kept quiet, you know? Okay. Peace out. Take care. See you guys in the next one. Bye.